Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing great. I wanted to do something a little bit different and deviate from the norm on my channel today. So I thought I'd give you guys a tutorial. You're going to learn how to play the main riff of my song, American Dream. If you haven't heard it, go listen to it. It's on my channel. It was, I think, like maybe the third upload under videos. And let's get started. So grab your guitars, grab a capo, and your tuner. Okay, so hopefully you've got your guitar with you and you have tuned it to standard tuning, which is just E, A, D, G, B, E. Now grab your capo and place it on the 2nd fret. Throw away your picks, we're not going to be needing them right now. This is a finger picking song. Ironically, I wasn't really a finger picker until like last year. I started doing it and I absolutely love it. I rarely use my pick these days. But this was the first song that I wrote doing finger picking without really understanding proper technique because I had never bothered to learn it before. So what you're going to do is you're going to be using your thumb kind of as like almost like a consistent bass. There's no Travis picking here. So you're going to hit an open string, open 6th string, just once. And you're going to take your index finger and you're going to place it on the 9th fret on the 3rd string, the G string. And then you're going to take your ring finger and you're going to place it on the 11th fret, 5th string. While you've got these two fingers placed exactly as so, you're going to hit that top string with your thumb, and then immediately after, you're going to take your index finger on your right hand, or your left, whichever you use, your middle finger, and your ring finger, and you're going to hit the next 3 strings down. So you hit the open string, and then on 5, 4, and 3, where you're going to place your other fingers, you're going to hit those simultaneously. And it'll sound something like this. So again, you're doing that right after. Then, it's not a huge jump to the next configuration. You're just going to move your index finger down 1 fret, but you're going to take your middle finger and you're going to move it to the 9th on the 5th string. Sorry, this is my first tutorial. I've never done these before, so bear with me. So you've got your middle finger on the 5th string, 9th fret, and you've got your index finger on the 3rd string on the 8th fret. And you're going to do the exact same thing with your right hand. So you're going to hit that bass note again on the 6th string. You're going to go, and then you're going to take these 3 fingers again, your index, your middle, and your ring, and you're going to bring out those same 3 strings, the 5th, 4th, and the 3rd, just as so, immediately after. So it sounds like this. So with the 2 parts together, we have, and of course in the song it's quicker. It's got kind of more bouncy quality to it. The next part is actually the same positioning with your fingers, but you're just moving them down. So rather than up here, you're just moving them down 2 frets to the 7th and the 6th frets. So it's the exact same, but you're moving them down. And now you're going to have something that sounds like this. You're doing the exact same thing with your thumb. And the exact same thing with your fingers. Okay, so all together so far we have. Next up, we're going back to the same positioning that we started with, except it's down here, okay? So now we're on the 6th fret, ring finger, 5th string, sorry, 5th string. Then you're taking that index finger and you're putting it on the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And the exact same finger positioning on your right hand or your left applies. You're doing the exact same thing over here. So again, you're hitting that bass, and then immediately after you're plucking those other 3 strings. So far we have this. Now, for the last one, we deviate a little bit. So the positioning is the same as before, where we used our index finger and our middle finger. So the middle finger goes on the 4th fret on the 5th string. And then we've got the index finger on the 3rd string, 3rd fret. Right? But we're going to change it up a little bit. So it's kind of a little bit more like a hammer-on with your 1st finger. So and actually, yeah, I guess I'm hammering on with the middle finger as well. I've never broken this song down like this before, so even I'm learning. So far we have this. Right? Now here's where it gets a little tricky. I do a few different variations, especially when I'm just playing live and jamming, and it's got a kind of more improv-y vibe. But you can kind of play around with it. That's what's sort of fun. But the variation that I tend to gravitate towards goes something like this. So this is how it's going to sound. Again. So what I'm doing here, I'm actually using mostly my middle finger to do all those picking parts, but sometimes I use all my fingers. It just depends on the variations and what I feel like doing. Me personally, for this particular riff, I feel like I have more control when I use my middle finger, and that's probably due to the fact that I haven't strengthened my other fingers with finger picking yet. So, so what I'm doing there is, again, we've got the bass note. So I'm hitting the 2nd string immediately after, and I'm also hitting the 3rd string after that. So it's can you hear that kind of hammer? Again, variations. So after that, then I'm hitting open 1st string, and then I'm going down to 2nd and 3rd. So it goes like that. Again. So again, we're doing the open, hammer on with this positioning. Then 2nd string, 3rd string, 1st, 2nd, 3rd. And of course, sometimes I play it using all these fingers, so you know, positioning the ring finger on the first string, the middle finger on the second, and the index on the third. So all together, it sounds like this when you go back to the beginning. So it just repeats. And it's actually a bit faster. Mama's sitting at the table, Daddy's got a gun. He says, I gotta admit that I'm no longer myself. Someone get me out of here. So that's the main riff for the song. I hope you enjoyed that. If you guys want a part 2 and you want to learn how to play the other parts, I would definitely be open to providing another tutorial for you. And please drop a comment on the bottom and give me suggestions for content. I don't always get to them. What I mean by that is I don't always get to the covers. I have a huge list, and a lot of it is kind of contingent upon my mood and, you know, whether I feel like I can execute the cover properly. If you want to just hear an acoustic version of one of my original songs that are on my channel, I would love to do that too. And if you just have any suggestions for, you know, content, like talks, I love to talk, I love to engage. I probably love talking more than singing. So if there's anything you want me to talk about on my channel, I'm really open to it. I want to say hello to the new subscribers on this channel. Thank you so much for joining me on here. I hope you're enjoying my content. And if anybody's watching this, you know, and they haven't hit the like or the subscribe button, please do so. And don't forget to hit that bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys soon.